Hi friend, welcome back to the channel. Have coffee with me as I talk about the update in the Sean P. Diddy Combs case. The fact that Kate Middleton secretly stepped back into the public post chemo, and a list of celebrities that have been doing some donations for the victims of Hurricane Helene and Milton. There's nothing like a fresh hot coffee in the morning to start your day. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Sean P. Diddy Combs. I'm sure you guys all have heard about this case. He recently was charged in a sex trafficking case, of course, and the update on that front is that his trial is actually set for May 5th. Yes, May 5th, 2020. The trial will be presided by a judge in Manhattan. Sean's children and mother actually were in the courtroom with him as this date for the trial was announced. Do you remember that video from a couple of months back where he was seen unfortunately beating on Cassie? The defense will be submitting that video into evidence as proof of how terrible P. Diddy actually is, and that is a good thing. So a few nights ago, I read a story about how P. Diddy coerced a young boy, a 9-year-old boy, into having sex with him and even told the parents about it. And the parents agreed to actually participate in that event so that the boy can be famous and get a record deal. And the whole thing is so sickening and just terrible and awful. I feel bad for that young boy if this story is true. And I am disgusted by the parents, again, if this story is true. It's the I can't even wrap my mind around this thing that's happening with Diddy, because I don't know why having millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars isn't enough for him to just behave. And I know that a lot of celebrities don't do that. And it's like it's not enough that you have a multi-million-dollar successful career. You also have to use your power and influence to coerce women and to abuse them and do all this stuff with him. And I think it's sickening. And I hope that when the trial does come, I hope that I hope he's found guilty and gets thrown in jail, because this whole entire behavior is disgusting. And I hate it so much. I hate it for the victims. I hate it. 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 And I'm so sick of these power hungry, disgusting men doing this stuff to young people. It's enough already. Enough already. Okay? Enough. So also the thing about that too is that I keep calling him Sean / P. Diddy, but the thing about that too is that he will be remaining in prison, or jail, I should say, by the time of the trial. I'm just kind of annoyed that the trial is actually so far away. I'm like, why can't the trial happen like tomorrow so that this guy can just go to prison? But of course, we have to be fair. We have to give him a trial and we have to do all this hoopla when that guy should just go to prison right away, because there is no way that he is not guilty of his crimes. There is no way. There's just no way. So Kate Middleton is back with the public, which is amazing. And this is the first time we're seeing her out since post chemo. As you all might remember, a couple months back, she did announce that she did have cancer and she was going through her chemo process. And then even after that, she did have a video with her and her family showing that she is on the mend and is doing much, much better in her cancer journey, which we are all happy about. So the reason why Kate and William actually went out is because October 10th was World Mental Health Day. And to signify that day, they went to talk to the victims of a stabbing that happened in England back in July. They talked to first responders, policemen, and people like that about what happened. I'm so happy that Kate is doing better. I'm so excited to see her back in the public and doing public service again. I'm happy that she is somewhat cancer free. I don't really know the details of, obviously she didn't release a lot of the information when it comes to her cancer journey, which she doesn't have to. She's definitely entitled to her privacy, of course. I'm only saying that because we don't know what cancer she has. We don't know what how long she's had it and things like that. We don't really know a lot of detail, but like I said, she's allowed to, for her privacy, she's allowed to keep that quiet. But I'm really excited that she's doing better and she's, you know, happy again. She looks so happy and so like healthy again. And I'm happy that she took time away to focus on her family and take care of them and have her family take care of her. And I'm excited to see what else she's going to do for the public now that everything is good. Well, for the most part. So thankfully, she's okay. Do you remember a couple months back when a reporter released a video with her interviewing Blake Lively and another co-star, and Blake Lively was seemingly rude to her? Apparently, another video has surfaced, with this time with Anne back in 2012 when she was promoting Les Miserables. And the whole thing was that Anne was seemingly rude again and very curt and wasn't very responsive in her answers. And this reporter did release the video and she wanted to expose Anne, I guess. But the bright side of this is that Anne's team did reach out to the reporter, whose name is Christy Flaw. They reached out to her, and apparently Anne sent her a really nice long email about explaining everything that happened that day and what she was going through.
So I was going to ask you to do the first question and sing it. Can I sing it to you and you can sing back the answer?
Well, I won't be doing that, but you're more than welcome to sing.
Kirsty Flaw, do you feel that love was more passionate back then? Or people would sacrifice more for love than we do today?
No.
No. Do you remember your first crush?
No.
You don't? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yesterday, I did receive an email. It was from Anne Hathaway's publicist, and he forwarded a message to me from Anne Hathaway. I have to say, I was pretty shocked. I had not expected her to reach out to me at all. I thought she was never going to even see that video, but she did. And she did something pretty amazing. She sent me a long email explaining to me what she was going through right then when she did this interview. And she apologized for giving me an awful interview, basically. It was so touching to me. Just talking about it makes me almost teary-eyed because I was just so grateful that she did that. And it was a very personal note, and we decided that I wouldn't share.
As you can see in the video, I think Anne was more frustrated and annoyed with the day's work. You guys, promoting a film and doing an entire film cycle is not easy. Promoting a film is not easy. You get asked stupid questions over and over again. That lady asking her, do you remember your first crush? That's super personal, and Anne probably was just not feeling it. And I'm happy that Christy has decided to keep that email private and not release any information that Anne told her in the email. That was really nice. I will say this. Anne has been known to be kind of rude to people, just a little bit. I think Anne's just a very direct person. She doesn't really have a lot of time or want or need to be asked stupid questions. So I think that's the issue here, is that she's just a very direct person and she just doesn't like to answer silly questions, which if I was in Anne's position, I would feel the same when somebody asked me who my crush was back in when I was in grade school. Ask me real good questions, not silly ones like that. So I'm gonna need, I wish Anne, wasn't as rude to her, but was she that rude, or was she just, just didn't want to answer silly questions or do a song or do a musical type answer question thing? It's all weird. I will say one more thing though. That lady, Christy Flaw, constantly releasing videos of celebrities being rude to her is kind of weird. It's kind of weird at this point. Like, I understood the Blake Lively one. I get it. I get the Blake Lively portion of everything, because I think that Blake Lively was really rude to her. What is she doing really? Is she trying to knock down celebrities? Is she trying to take them down one by one? Is she trying to ruin reputations? Like, what is really her deal when it comes to releasing these videos of her being rude? And it's not even like Anne's story wasn't even that rude. Like, it wasn't that bad for Anne. I don't know. I'm a little suspicious about this girl and her releasing all these videos. And I'm also curious as to why she didn't release them before. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's all weird to me. So a few celebrities have been donating to the hurricane victims, which is amazing. I read that Taylor Swift donated 5 million. Dolly Parton donated a 1 million. Morgan Allen, the country singer, donated 500 million because he has ties to families in the South. I think Dolly Parton does have ties to families in the South too. And then just a bunch of celebrities are doing what they can to help the victims of both Helene and Middleton, and I think it's amazing. And I feel sad for the victims of the hurricane. I really hope that everybody comes through and does good. Let me know what you think of this week's stories in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Diddy? What are your thoughts on Christy Flaw? Because that woman is very interesting. Thank you so much for having coffee with me and talking. We will come back here next time for more stories like this. Have a good one.